Let's get into it. We're going to start on our back today. Ooh, blocks. Today begins the journey of never required, but highly recommended yoga blocks. If you don't have any, but you happen to have some books in your house, grab yourself some books, enough to make about a 4-inch stack 2 times. Okay. Do you have to? No. But a lot of the poses we're going to do today are very low to the ground, and having blocks to elevate and give you a little bit of space between your face and the ground makes a huge difference when you're learning them. So it is time to invest if you haven't yet. And again, if you don't have any for today, books will do just fine. And also your hands and the floor will do just fine. You just might feel a little bit squashed, and that's okay. No one ever died from being squashed. All right, well, maybe, I don't know, but let's just say no. All right, you guys, let's get started on our backs today. Please and thank you. And as always, I'm going to guide us through a warm-up. If there are things that don't work for your body, bring your blocks with you to your mat, by the way. If there are things that don't work for your body, you encounter sharp pain of any kind, you encounter something that goes, you know what, I probably shouldn't be doing this, modify it for yourself. Pop it in the chat. Let the coaches give you an alternative option you can do, right? This is your time to get to know your body. It's not a time to beat yourself up. It's not a time to force yourself to do everything. We're exploring, we're learning, and we're working with what we've got. And each one of us has got something different, and we're going to make it work with what is. Okay? So lay on your back, place your feet flat on the floor with your knees pointing up towards the ceiling. A little bit of constructive rest position. If it feels safe for you to do so, close your eyes or soften your gaze so that you're not using your eyeballs to focus on anything. Start to take your gaze inward. And through your nose, give yourself a big breath in. Fill your lungs all the way up. Pause at the top of your inhale and let it out your mouth. And again, like that, gather up your week. Anything frustrating, anything you're holding on to that's not serving you, anything that you know you need to let go of, but it's in the back of your mind, kind of plaguing you. Inhale it, hold it. Say thank you for sharing. And out the mouth, let it go. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. And the magic of this practice is it gives us space between something happening in our life and our reaction to it. And it gives us choice, the choice of which thoughts to feed and which thoughts to put away. So start that here. Begin to deepen your breath. And whatever thoughts pop into your mind, acknowledge them and then come back to the breath. What does your breath feel like? And what does it sound like? Your breath becomes a tool to bring you back to the present moment whenever your mind starts to get out of hand. Good. And keep that big, beautiful breath going. Start to draw your knees in towards your chest. Give them a little squeeze. You can rock side to side on your lower back a little bit if that feels good. And then bringing one hand to each kneecap, you're going to start to make circles with your knees. So open your knees out wide and then send them out towards the front of your mat and then pull them together and back to your chest. So it goes out, forward, together, and in. Couple of circles like this. And just get curious. Where do you feel tension? Are there areas where your hips get grippy and stuck? Or does this feel really spacious and really smooth all the way around the circle? Is there one hip that feels weird compared to the other one? No judgment, just information. And then wherever you are, reverse your circles, take them in the opposite direction. And for me, my right hip is infinitely tighter than my left. See if you can identify for yourself. And that's just information because that's going to show up in our poses. Right? You're going to be like, well, wait, why can't I do this on the right and I can't on the left? All right, well, whatever you're experiencing here, you're going to experience it there. So just be aware of what you're experiencing. Good. And then bring your legs into happy baby. So Flex your feet, point them up towards the ceiling. Bring your hands to the outside edges of your feet and your elbows to the inside edges of your knees. Okay, now if you can't hold your feet because you're tight and your hands don't reach, catch your ankles or your calves, or bring your arms around the backs of your thighs and pull down. The objective here is to stretch into the inner thighs, stretch into the hips. Good. Now from your hips, not from your ankles, see if you can turn your toes to point outwards and your heels to point inwards. But notice you can do that from the ankle joint. Try to do that from the hip joint. See if you can pull your knees more open so that your heels turn in. Good. And then pull down on your feet and breathe a lot. Try to keep your chin slightly tucked to your chest so the back of your neck is long. Think about drawing shoulder blades down onto the mat. From here, you can play. You're welcome to stay right here in a static, happy baby, or you can start to straighten and bend your legs. If you can, I would encourage you to do that. We're working into straight legs today, so the sooner we can start to play with that, the better. Whoa. And if your legs don't straighten all the way, great. That's just a little tension in your legs, and it's okay. You can also straighten one at a time, right? Take about 30 seconds here to just dig around and see what's going on in those legs. Notice your breath. See if you can come back to a nice, big, long and strong and smooth breath. Good. Last 5 seconds or so here. We've established yoga teachers cannot count seconds, nor can they count breaths. So we just wing it. All right, my people, return yourself to your happy baby. Make your baby happy. And then take your arms straight up to the ceiling. So release your feet. Good. Now from here, take an inhale. And as you exhale, curl your shoulders up off the ground and reach your arms forward. Yeah, I was going to look for an inappropriate joke here. I'm sure there is many that can be made, but I can't think of one right now. Here, as you're reaching forward through your legs, I want you to squeeze your thighs around your arms. What would it take to pinch your thighs around your arms? Yeah, so you're creating a little bit of a vice grip. Now point your toes, take a breath in, and as you breathe out, change nothing else, but kick your legs towards straight. Good, 3 times. Bend your knees, breathe in. Kick your legs to straight. Imagine there's a soccer ball in front of you and you want to kick it. Good, 2 more. Bend, inhale, and kick. 1 more, bend, inhale, and kick. Good, hold the kick. Lower your torso, send your arms up and back, breathe in. Exhale, curl yourself back up. Bend your knees, squeeze your arms around your legs, breathe in. Exhale, kick your legs to straight. This is our pattern. Reach your arms up and back, breathing in. Exhale, curl yourself up, arms in between the legs. Bend your knees, breathing in. Squeeze your arms. Kick your legs to straight, breathing out. You have 3 more of these. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, curl it up. Squeeze your arms. Bend your knees, breathe in. Hoya! Kick your legs to straight, breathe out. 2 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curl. Squeeze the arms, bend the knees, breathing in. Kick it out, breathing out. Last one. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lift. Squeeze your arms as best you can. Bend your knees, breathing in. Exhale, kick. Inhale, reach back. And hug your knees into your chest. Let that go. Ooh, hey, legs. Good. Place your left foot down on the floor. Straighten your right leg up towards the ceiling and bring your hands behind your right thigh. Good. Now point your foot a lot. Channel your inner ballerina. Yeah, and then flex it. And point it. And flex it. And then take an ankle circle in any direction. And then switch your ankle circle to the other direction. Good. Now settle in the center. Point your foot. See if you can slide your hands a little further up the back of your leg, maybe to your calf. Yeah, and your body is going to tell you where your stopping point is, right? When your leg starts to shake uncontrollably, or when you can't reach any higher, that's your edge, and you stop there. Okay, take an inhale here. As you exhale, see if you can bend your elbows and pull your nose towards your knee gently. Ooh, two more like that. Inhale, drop your torso down. Exhale, pull nose to knee. Inhale down. Exhale, nose to knee. Last time, I can't count. Inhale down. Exhale, pull yourself up. Pause here. Now take this leg a little bit on a diagonal to the right. Okay. Send your arms inside that leg and see if you can pin your right arm against your right thigh. All right. Stage one, you stay right here. If you've got a little more juice in you, maybe straighten your left leg, but hover your foot off the ground. Go ahead. Take an inhale right here. Exhale, lift your left leg to match the right leg. Lower the left leg down, breathing in. Exhale, lift it to match the right leg. Oh, two more. Inhale, lower it. Exhale, lift. With joy, last one. You have a core. You're making it strong. Lift it up. Now reach your hands in between your legs for 8, 7, 6 little pulses, 5 little pulses, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay lifted. Bend your right knee. Place your foot on the floor. Grab the back of your left thigh. Bring that leg to the center and lower your torso back down. Get ready for the second side. Beautiful. Point your foot vigorously. Yes. And then flex it. And then point it. And then flex it. And then start to play with your ankle circles. And come back to your breath. Notice if your breath has disappeared. Bring it back. Circle your ankle the other way. Yes, yes, yes. Good. And then pause in the center. Now start to pull your left leg in towards your face. Find your edge. At what point is your leg like, okay, that's it. That's all I got. Great. Now see if you can start to slide your hands a little further up that leg. It might not be the same on both sides. Don't make up a story. Don't judge yourself. Just feel it out. Take a breath in right here. As you breathe out, pull your nose to your knee, any amount. 2 more like that. Inhale down. Exhale, lift it, lift it. Inhale down. Exhale, lift, stay lifted, but release the leg and take it out on a slight diagonal. Stretch your arms forward. See if you can connect your left arm to your left leg. Yeah. If this is enough, you stay right here. If you want more, straighten your right leg, but hover it off the ground. Go ahead, inhale here. Exhale, right leg meets the left at the top. Inhale, lower the right leg. Exhale, lift it. Yes, my friends. 2 more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. And last one. Secretly, this is like a Koundinyasana beat, but on your back. Exhale, lift. Good. Now reach those hands in between your legs for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees in. Let that go. Ooh. Very nice, friends. Start to rock yourself forward and back along the length of your spine. And please make your way to sit on your shins. We're going to sit in Vajrasana. If you have knee issues and sitting on your shins like this is not happening for your knees, sit in another position that works for you. But if you're able to sit like this, we're going to be going here. We're going to be going somewhere from here in a moment. But first, wristicles. Let's go. Make your fists and start to find some wrist circles, or fist circles, I should say. Now let's take the arms out wide for these and make your fist circles like big and round, and look for full range of motion. So go slower than faster and just see, like, where do you have feelings in your wrists? By feelings, I mean sensations, but it's funnier to say feelings. Yeah. And then once you identify, okay, my left wrist has more feelings than my right, specifically when I go in this direction, go ahead and switch directions and then have the same inquiry with yourself. Where do you feel things? What hand? When you move, how? Good. And then bring it in for flicky flicky with joy, with joy. Oh, you guys are lucky. You get a song today. I never actually know what's going to come out of my mouth until I start talking. So this is a discovery for all of us. Start flicking vigorously with joy because you have hands. And what a gift it is to have hands, even if your hands have been through some shit, even if you have arthritis, even if you have fingers that are missing, whatever might be the case, you have freaking hands. And what a freaking gift that is. So, whatever complaining your brain wants to do right now, say thank you for sharing and begin your flick. Good. And remember, it's not a wrist flick, it's a finger flick. And in flicking the fingers, we're warming up the forearm muscles that allow us to support our weight on our hands without pain. Close your eyes if that feels okay for you, or soften your gaze. Start to go inward. What happens to you when you are challenged? What does your brain say when something becomes hard? Just notice. What happens here when you're flicking happens out there when you have a weird conversation with your boss or with your spouse. Use this time as a mirror. Wherever you go, there you are. How we do this is how we do everything else that's hard. How can you use this practice as a tool? Shit should be sucking pretty badly right now. But you don't have to get involved with the suckery. Life is gonna life. You are not a slave to the whims of your life. You are in the driver's seat. You choose. Take 3 more breaths. What choice are you making right now about these next 3 breaths? How are they going to be? Two more. Last one with joy, my friends. Oh, my noodles. Release your noodles onto your lap. My hands actually do feel like noodles after that. Just notice, what did you create? What do you feel? What power do you have to shift your state of being in a matter of seconds? Good. Let's stretch it out with Popeye. Take your arms out nice and wide. Make your fisty fists. Pull those fists in towards your biceps. Oh my God, that hurts so good. And then bend those elbows in. Take an inhale. Keep the fists pulling down towards your shoulders. And when you're ready, using an exhale, start to straighten your arms, but keep those fists pulling in. We're looking to stretch the muscle. Excuse me. We're looking to stretch the muscles that we just tightened. Yeah. Good. One more like that. Inhale, bring it in. And exhale, pull it out, pull it out, pull it out. Make it good. Oi. Excellent, friends. Shake that off. Gorgeousness. Hopefully you feel your forearms are like, we're ready. Okay, that's what we want. Now, please bring your, we're going to get weird for this next bit. You're going to be leaning to one side using your hands. Okay, don't be too concerned about alignment. We need to stretch into the front of our shin, right? We got anterior tibialis over here. So bring your left hand over your left kneecap. Place your right hand on the floor next to you. Lean to your right and pick up your left knee. But I want your toes to stay on the floor. Yeah. And pick up your left knee as much as you can. For some of us, it's going to be like a 1/4 inch off the ground, and then your whole front leg is going to be like, for others of us, we can go further. This just depends on the tension in the muscles in the front of your leg. Okay. And the front of your ankle. But for one of the poses we're going to do today, having the front of the ankle loosey-goosey is important. Breathe. And if you are here and you're like, oh my God, I'm dying, this is information, okay? You can take a massage ball or a foam roller to this part of your leg. Good. And then lower that down, same, but second side. Move your left hand off to the side to support you. Grab the right kneecap, lean to your left, and pick up your right knee. Any amount, right? Whatever's available. We have different degrees of stretchiness of the front of the leg, so don't be Concernicus. Concernicus is Copernicus's big brother. Wow, someone needs to take away my microphone. Good. One more breath. And then return. Now, if you're feeling like, okay, lady, that's enough with your nonsense, you can stay with that. Yeah. If you want a little bit more, you can place your hands about halfway between your knees and your feet. Push into your fingertips, lean back, and see if you can pick up both. Oh, yeah, that's highly unpleasant. No one should ever have to do this. Good hold for 3. 2, 1. Hi, Bean. And then lower it down. Oh, great. Move your hands out in front of you and now take one leg at a time. Tuck your toes under and just stretch that out. Ugh. Yeah. And then return that first knee back down and take the other foot, tuck the toes under and stretch that out. Excelente. Excellent. Okie dokie. Make your way into downward facing dog, please. So hands about shoulder distance apart, hips nice and high. Look back in between your feet and make sure your feet are about the distance of 2 fists in between your feet. So not as wide as your mat. Yeah, bend your knees, push the ground away and send your tailbone nice and high. Think about creating length in your spine. Once you've got about as much length in your spine as you're going to get right this moment, start to reach your heels down towards the mat. They do not ever need to touch. All we want is energy driving down through the backs of your legs. Good. Firm your thigh bones back towards the wall behind you. Beautiful. Now in your downward dog, take your right foot and flip it over so it's on its toenails and stretch the top of your right foot right here in your down dog. Ooh. If that's unpleasant, it's good information for you that you need more of this in your life. Good. Flip your right foot back the regular way, left foot. Bring the toenails onto the floor and apply as much pressure as you can withstand. Don't hurt yourself, but push down a little bit until you're like, okay, yep, we're doing something. Now, absolutely not required. I actually don't know if my body can do this today, but you might go both feet. And if that's a no-go, don't worry about it. 1 foot at a time. Hold for 3. 2. Ooh, that's straight up misery. Good. Fix your feet. Let that go. Beautiful, my friends. Lift your right leg up and back. Take a big breath in. Good. Bend that knee and open up your hips. Stack the right hip on top of the left. And then take a big, big hip circle in one direction if that feels good. Beautiful. Now straighten that leg, square off your hip, and step your right foot nice and wide outside of your right hand for a long or a wide lizard lunge. Now, I'm going to offer up blocks today. If you don't have blocks or you don't want blocks, don't. But if you have blocks, bring both of them to the inside of your right foot so that your hands are on the blocks. Fingertips are also fine. Yeah. And just start to scoot forward and back and just kind of dig around your hips and see how they're feeling this day. Good. Now start to find some steadiness here. Drop your hips down, lift your chest up, and slowly start to bend your left knee to place it on the ground. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, squeeze your left butt cheek and see if you can kick yourself in the butt with that left foot. Oh, hamstring cramp right there. Yep. Good. Unhook that foot or send it back. Pick up the knee, breathe in. And as you breathe out, straighten your front leg, shift your hips back into a long pyramid pose. We're going to put all of that together into a flow with our breath. Yeah, but for a moment, just pull that right hip back, send your chest forward, and say hi to your front hamstrings. Good. Now let's put all that together. Inhale, bend the front knee. Exhale, lower the back knee. Inhale, contract, heel to butt, hamstring curl. Exhale, release the hamstring curl. Inhale, lift the back knee. Exhale, pyramid, straighten the front leg. We're going slow with the breath, but I want you to feel every piece of it. Inhale, bend the front knee, lizard. Exhale, drop the back knee. Inhale, hamstring curl. Exhale, release the toes back to the floor. Lift up your knee, breathing in. Straighten the front leg, breathing out. One more time. Inhale, bend. Exhale, back knee down. Inhale, hamstring curl. Exhale, toes back to the mat. Yes. Inhale, lift the knee. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Oh, my noodles. Beautiful. Bend into the front knee. Put your blocks off to the side just for a moment. Step into plank position. Right foot is going to meet your left foot. Grip your mat with your fingertips. Find Hasta Bandha right here. Take an inhale. And then lower yourself all the way down onto your belly. Good. Point your toes to the back of your mat. Your hands are underneath your shoulders. Have your chin or your forehead on the ground. Now start to point your toes vigorously towards the back of your mat. Without lifting your chest, lift your legs. Press your pelvis into the floor. Squeeze that ass. Yes, squeeze it. Good. And when you're ready, go ahead and lift your upper body. Hands will come up too. So think locust pose. Yeah, fire up your upper back, fire up your middle back, fire up your gluteus, fire up your hamstrings, your entire posterior chain. Your entire back body is like, hi. Take an inhale, lift it up higher. Exhale, everything comes down. We're going to do that 3 times. Every time you inhale, you lift up. Let's go. Inhale up. Exhale down. 2 more. Inhale lift. And lower. Beautiful. Last time, inhale lift. And lower. Hands underneath your shoulders. Press up to all fours. Breathing in. Tuck your toes. Downward dog. Breathing out. Left leg lift. Inhale it. Bend your knee. Open up that hip. And then maybe some hip circles. Awesome sauce. Straighten out that left leg. Square off your pelvis. Take an inhale. On your exhale, left foot steps wide outside of the right hand. Grab your blocks if you have them or your books. Put them underneath your hands. If you're not feeling the blocks today, fingertips is just fine. Drop your hips. Maybe wiggle a bit. Yeah, yoga can be so static. We're told, put your body parts here. Now wait and breathe. But there's something to be said for wiggling around and figuring out where your sweet spots are. Okay? Good. Now find some stillness. Lift your chest up. Pull it through the gateway of your arms. Feel that back thigh bone lifting. Good. Say hi to your hips. Take an inhale. As you exhale, drop your back knee down. Hamstring curl. Pull that heel to your butt. Point the toes. Ooh, let that be uncomfortable. Aha. And then uncurl it. Tap the toes. Lift your back knee. Yes. And then straighten the front leg. Long pyramid pose. Now it's your choice. Front foot can stay down or you can flex it. It's going to work into a different part of your hamstrings. It'll feel different, but you do you, boo-boo. Good. Let's start to make this a little bit more dynamic. We're still going to go slow so that we can be really clear on each part of the movement, okay? Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, drop the knee. Inhale, hamstring curl. Exhale, tap the toes. Inhale, lift the knee. Exhale, straighten front leg. 2 more rounds. Inhale, bend knee. Lower the back knee. Hamstring curl, breathing in. Tap the toes, breathing out. Lift the back knee, breathing in. Straighten the front leg, breathing out. Yes, last time. Inhale, bend. Exhale, drop the knee. Curl it. Drop it. Lift it. And straighten it. Nice work, my friends. Bend back into that front knee. Put your blocks off to the side. Hands underneath your shoulders. Step back into plank. Breathing in. Squeeze your butt. Imagine that army of hamsters is charging for your butthole. Do not let the hamsters in. Squeeze. Take a breath in. Exhale all the way down to the belly. Same thing as the other side. We're going to lift everything up. Locust pose, but keep your hands under your shoulders off the ground. Pick it all up. Put it all back down. 2 more on the breath. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Last time. Lifty, 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 lifty. Hold it here for 3, 2, 1.5, 1.25, 0.675, 0.324, 0.126, and put it all back down. Oh my God, bad jokes. Good, and then shake out your booty, especially if you felt that in your lower back. It's very common for the lower back to take over. Just wiggle it out. All righty. Nice work. Hands back underneath your shoulders. Rise up into all fours. Good. So I want to illustrate. We're going to do a tiny little bit more warm up and then we're getting into it. So these poses, especially 2 of them, Flying Lizard and Koundinyasana, require you to shift forward a tremendous amount. So I want you to remember the setup from crow pose. Remember when we talk about looking over the edge of the cliff? So let's practice that again. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Grip your fingers into the mat. Imagine your hands are suction cups and they're lifting energy up out of the floor. Instead of resting your body weight on your hands, we want you to push your hands into the ground and imagine lifting your body weight up away from your hands. Okay, and the more your fingers are gripping, the less weight you'll have in the wrist. Okay, now take your eyeballs forward and start to shift your shoulders forward like you're looking over the edge of a cliff or over the edge of your mat. Your wrists will tell you when to stop. They'll be like, I don't like this anymore. Great. That's when you dig your fingertips in and you push yourself back. Okay, let's do that one more time. Shift forward, shift forward, shift forward more, shift forward more, shift forward more. When you can't go anymore, dig fingertips and come back. Now, we did that with straight arms, but these poses don't have straight arms. They have bent arms. It's hard to do that with bent arms, though, without being in the arm balance, but let's try it. Bend your elbows and kind of even rest your rib cage a little bit on your elbows. So squeeze them together. And with your elbows bent, shift forward, look over the cliff, look over the cliff, look over the cliff, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. And when you can't go anymore, come back. Woo! Let's try that one more time. Straighten your elbows for a little rest. Then bend them. Try to get them as close to your ribs as you can so you can kind of rest your ribs on your elbows. Now start to shift forward, shift forward, shift forward more, shift forward more. You're a suitcase traveling on a conveyor belt at the airport. Keep shifting. When you can't go anymore, come back. Good. And then get off your hands and shake your wrists out. Okay. So I'm taking like a painfully long time to explain that, because 100% you're going to get into the arm balance and you're going to forget that. So it's really important to like reconnect your brain to that movement before we start going. Now, your wrists might have all kinds of things to say about that. For those of you who are dealing with wrist pain, it is a thing that we deal with at the beginning until we strengthen our forearms and until we really master the Hasta Bandha technique. So for those of you who are like, oh, my wrists, yeah, take a little towel, fold it up, and put the heel of your hand on the towel. That's just going to change the angle of wrist extension and make it a little bit less intense on your wrists. Okay, so we've got that. What else do I want to explain? Nothing. We're going to do one last little bit of warm up and then break down our first pose. Please meet me in a forward fold with your feet as wide as your mat. Okay, so look at your mat. How wide is your mat? Put your feet right there. And then bend your knees generously. And the objective of this next drill or this next shenanigan is to try and channel your best gorilla or chimpanzee or your favorite monkey. Pick a monkey, any monkey, channel it. Okay, and get really loose in your upper body and kind of just dangle your upper body between your legs. I like to bounce a little bit in the legs. We're trying to get loose. And we're trying to get our torso really close to our lower body. And if you're silly like me and you enjoy sound effects, you could throw in a and just literally channel your inner gorilla, because life is a lot more fun with sound effects. Okay, now when you're like, okay, lady, what are we doing here? But just hang, okay? Now bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Keep your knees bent, but come halfway up to a flat back. Create as much length as you can in your spine. And then back to your gorilla. Forward fold. Good, again. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Stick your booty way back and your chesticles way forward. Exhale, fold it in. Good, one more. If your legs are on fire, you're doing it right. My legs are on fire. Good, and then slowly lower it down. Good. Now from here, just for funsies, what would happen if you took your knees and you squeezed them against your upper body? First of all, what part of your upper body would your knees squeeze right now? See if you could get your knees to squeeze around your upper arms or even around your shoulders and squeeze them. Now, Mula Bandha, don't pee on the plane. Remember? Don't pee and don't poo on the plane. Can you squeeze your pelvic floor muscles right here and your inner thighs? Yeah. Beautiful. Release your hands to the ground. Turn your toes out and your heels in and squat down for Malasana Yogi Squat. Whew. Nice. So here I want you to find the same thing. Elbows pushing out into your knees, knees hugging back in against your elbows, and just start to squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Channel your inner thigh master. And as you squeeze, also engage Mula Bandha. Squeeze your pelvic floor. That one's going to be real useful in a couple of our poses today, especially Titivasana. Okay, so get in there, get in there, get in there, get in there for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Land on your butt, however you can get there. All right. One little mechanic I want to show you before we get in. So 2 of our poses today are going to have internal rotation in our legs and extension in the knees. What's internal rotation? If you took one of your legs, let's all do this together. Put one foot on the ground. You can hold yourself up with whatever you need, but lift one leg and look at your toes. Okay, most of us, our leg favors external rotation. So go ahead and turn your toes out and your heel in, but have that come from the thigh bone. Now do the opposite, internally rotate. Yeah, externally rotate and internally. Now pay attention. Are you doing it from the ankle? Can you do it from the thigh? Good. Now go internally rotate. Keep that. Bend your knee. Imagine you have a football or a soccer ball. Kick it. Yeah, 3 times. Bend the knee. Kick it. Yeah, bend the knee and kick it. Good, and release. Oh my God, hip flexors. Good. Second side. Bend your right knee, lean to the right, pick up your left leg. 2 directions of movement. Yeah, first, let's internally rotate. Take that leg and turn it so the toes are pointing in. 3 times. External, internal. Good. External, turn it in. Lock this into your brain. The in is what we want. One more. Turn it in. Good. Keep the internal rotation. Point your foot, bend your knee, kick it. Yes. Good. Bend and kick. 2 more. Bend and kick. Last time. Bend and kick. Beautiful. Release. Rhetorical question. Don't unmute yourself. Don't type it in the chat, but where did you feel the kick? For me, the kick is in the quads. Yeah, it is our quadriceps that allow us to straighten our legs. And a lot of times in some of these straight leg poses, people are like, my hamstrings are too tight. They're preventing me from straightening my legs. That's one piece of the equation. It can be that hamstrings are tight, but it also can be that quads are weak. Okay, so kicking is a good way to wake up the action of the quads to straighten your knees. It's not just the hamstrings that do that, okay? Great. All right, let me take a quick look-see at the chat, but I think we're ready to fly. You guys ready to fly? Yes, cramps in the feet. Oh, good, Marion. I'm glad Concernicus and Copernicus entertained you. All right, so flying lizard, okay? I'm gonna break this down in pieces, and then we're gonna do it in breakout rooms, all right? This pose is, well, hold on, rewind. In a lot of these poses that are long, meaning we have a long leg behind us, possibly a long leg in front of us. We talked about this last week with Koundinyasana, right? We talked about long legs as being long levers. And we know that long levers are heavier for us to carry than short levers, yeah? And so these poses, flying lizard is one where we actually shorten the levers to make it easier for the pose to fly, and it can be flown with a long lever, meaning you have an option to bend the leg or not bend the leg, okay? The back leg. Now, I really, really, really encourage you to work this pose on blocks. If you have a story in your head that blocks are for beginners or blocks are for losers, or it's not the real pose if you're using blocks, I encourage you to let that go. Because truly, especially when we're learning, tools are there to make things easier. And why not use tools until you understand what's going on? And then you can be like, okay, now I don't need the tools anymore. All right. So I'm going to teach this to you with blocks. You don't have to. I will show it to you both ways, but the blocks are helpful. Now, there's some really mechanical little tidbits that happen here. So I'm going to do my very best to show it to you as clearly as I possibly can. So you know how we did this in our warm-up? Okay, we're going to come in from here again. Please watch first, unless you already know the pose. If you already know the pose, you can do it. But if you don't know the pose, pay attention to the breakdown, okay? So we're going to start from a lunge like this. I have my block currently on the inside of my foot. I want my block outside my foot, okay? So I'm just going to put it there. Now, I'm going to take my sweet time to lower my chest down as much as I can and work my shoulder under my leg. And look, listen carefully. Your shoulder doesn't need to be under your leg. Your arm needs to be under your leg. So if you're like, man, I'm not flexible enough to put my whole shoulder under, doesn't matter. As long as your elbow is poking out the side and you're able to bend your elbow, you're in good shape, okay? So you can see I have my hands on my blocks. My elbow is bent underneath my leg. Now, what I need to do for this front leg, pay attention to my front leg. Currently, you can't see it from here. I'm going to have to move backwards. Here's my front leg. Okay, so I'm here. Now watch. I need to wiggle this foot back until I can flip it onto its toenails. Remember all the toenail stuff we did? That was for this. Okay, so you're here. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Flip the foot over. You saw it's not graceful. Okay, you got to fight for it. Okay, once your foot is flipped, you're going to hamstring curl. Look at my foot. Do you see how it came up off the ground? That's a mega hamstring curl. From here, I'm going to look forward, chest up, right? I don't go down like this. If I go down like this, there's nowhere for me to fly. I look forward, chest up, and I start to travel. Look over the edge of the cliff. Look over the edge of the cliff. Look over the edge of the cliff. And at a certain point, my back foot might get light. Then you can bend this back foot. Hamstring curl. So you have hamstring curl on both sides, front and back. You can also keep this leg straight. Okay, I'll show it again on the second side, and I'll show it also without blocks for those of you who are curious. Okay, without blocks is very close to the ground. As you can see, there ain't much space, and that's why I like the blocks. All right, but no blocks. You'll come in from lizard. Take your time. Shoulder goes under, right? Look how much time I take to get my shit organized. Like, really take your time. When you're like, okay, this is as much as I've got. I have no more space. Hands under shoulders. The front foot has to flip over. To flip it over, I have to move it back. So I'm going to look at my front foot, wiggle, 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 and then flip it over. You saw how much I had to fight for that. Don't be afraid of the fight. Look forward. Push the ground away. Round your upper back. Begin to travel forward. Forward. Pick up the front foot. You might travel so far forward, you'll pick up the back foot. Look at my chest. Chest up. If you have chest down, you'll be like, Nat, my head is on the floor. Why? And I'll say, lift your chest. Okay? So chesticles up and forward. All right, questions on this? Yes, Mula Bandha all the time. Don't pee on the plane. and round the upper back. Yeah, I just cued that just this last time. All right. Let's take torture session. How are the hands? Hands are regular. Hands are shoulder distance apart, fingers pointing forward. If I didn't specifically cue to do something special with the hands, it means you don't need to worry about the hands. Okay, hands are shoulder distance apart. Plank pose. Hands are in plank pose. Okay, literally we have regular hands. Nothing changes, it's just the legs. What you can do, the free elbow, if it helps you, you can rest your rib cage on that free elbow a little bit. We don't want your hip on the elbow, but you can take your rib cage or take that elbow and kind of tuck it in underneath your rib cage if it helps. Your elbows go back. Elbows never go out unless we specifically say so. Yeah. So just watch the setup. Okay. We're here. You see how my elbows are both bending back. They're not bending out. I'll show you the other side. It's chaturanga in the elbows. Okay. Elbows bend straight back. Same as you would do this. Okay. All right. Let's breakout room this baby. All right. My beautiful people. You ready? Let me see your hands. I'm only going to call on you if I see your hand. Yes, Ling, I see you first. Let's see what's going on, my friend. Beautiful. Yep. Fight for that foot. Hold on. Flip your foot first. Put your back foot down. Your front foot needs to flip over onto the toenails. Keep flipping it. Yeah, I know. It's hard. Even more so you can pick it up. Ling, good. Now chest up, chest up, chest up. Yes, Ling, that's it. Yeah. Yeah, good. So you got it. The hardest part for you is flipping that foot because probably your ankle is tight. That's it. So the warm-up that we did, stretching the front of the ankle, that's a good one for you. As soon as the back foot lifts, send everything more forward. The shifting forward is what will let the back foot stay up. If you don't shift forward, the back foot just whoop, comes right back down. But that was beautiful. Well done. You know what to work on now. Good job. You're welcome. All right, Karen, I see you up next. Beautiful. Good. Now start to shift forward. Way, 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 way forward. Yup. Yup. Even more. Yeah. Good. So I want you to bend your elbows a little bit more and rest your rib cage on the free arm. You were really high up off the ground, and giving yourself that shelf for your rib cage on your right arm is going to help. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Now shift forward. Yeah, Karen. Yes, 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 yes. Good. So you're figuring it out, right? Getting that back foot to lift. We'll need you to keep traveling forward, but that was already better when you sort of allow that rib cage to come down onto that arm. So use that shelf. Yeah. And try to pause there for a second. Make sure you're secure before you start to lean. That was great. Keep it up. Well done. Well done. All right, Ellen, you're up next. Good. Yes. Good. Bend your elbows a little bit more. See if you can rest. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Rest your rib cage on that right arm. Yes, Ellen. Yeah, keep going, keep going. That was right. That was it. You felt the lift. You got to go even more forward. Try one more time. It's right there. Good. Yeah, 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 Ellen. Yep. Good. Really let your elbows bend and let your rib cage rest on that right arm. You're very high off the ground, and you'll find it a lot easier when you let that rib cage sink onto that right arm. It just gives you an extra layer of support. I think you're gonna have it. You're gonna have yes. Yeah, that's it. Yes. Yes. Good. I can see it coming. Your brain just has to like put the pieces together, but that's really good. Keep working that. Awesome. Tara, you're next. Good. I love it. Blocking books, making it work. Good. Yeah. Fight that foot. Fight it. Yeah. There it is. Beautiful. Good. Yeah. Yeah. There's that squeeze. Good, good, good. Awesome. So I think your right hand ended up kind of really far out to the side. Did it feel a little far out? I think trying to like bring that block a little closer to you so your hands aren't so far will give you more ease in pushing down. Try that one more time.
Okay.
If
Okay.
you
It's
want.
just, it's hard I feel like my right side is a little tighter and it's harder for me to get up and
Do
move
you want to
my arm in.
do you want to try the left side? I mean, that can be true. And like taking a little moment to fight that in is how we
Yeah.
get around that. Yeah, try the other side if you want. Let me take a look.
Okay. Can I do it from this side like this?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
should I
yeah.
flip around?
No, that's fine. You're
Okay.
fine.
All right. So,
Yeah, there you go. Just drag the foot, slap it where you want it. Good. Yeah, that's it. Yes. Yeah, there it is. There it is. There it is. Okay. So you know what to do. Now we just need to get the other side to cooperate. Okay.
okay.
Well, that was great.
Okay.
Well done.
Okay.
Yay.
Thank you.
Yeah, and that's why it's good to try the other side because you really never know what's going to happen. Marcy, you're up. Good. Yeah, 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 yeah. Chest up, chest up, chest up. Yes, Woo. That's it. Yeah. Good. I see you negotiating, right? Your leg wants to pull you back down, and you're like, no, we're not going down. So that's the work, right? Is just like figuring out a little more this way, a little more that way. That was beautiful. And as soon as I told you to lift your chest up, it pushed you back to your feet. So
Yeah.
when you go chest up, think also up and a little more forward to counter the feet pulling you back down. But that was great. Well done. It is a flying.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Awesome. All right, Anne Loa, you're up. Yeah,
Yes.
Don, I saw that.
So, in this pose, I usually tell myself that I miss a lot of strength, so I will listen to you.
Let's see.
I also have a tendency to start a little bit different with my feet on this side. It feels that I can, it's easier for me to work myself in.
Yeah, as long as you get the foot in the middle, that's fine. Good. Yeah, keep shifting forward. More forward. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry, we're missing strength. What?
Yeah,
That was it. You're not missing
but
strength.
when I do life coach with you, I don't understand, and all of a sudden it works. And all before, I always felt like I was thinking that I could not even lift one leg.
Not this
So I
time,
will try the
Anne.
other side.
Yeah, let me see the other side, but you have it. Good. Yeah. Forward. Mais bravo, enfin, regarde. C'est parfait.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Okay. I
Okay.
will
I
see
guess I
myself
guess
in
I
the
can do it.
video. I will see myself in the video. But I felt that without the blocks, my foot is like the foot that I'm folding.
Yes.
It's like on the floor.
Yes.
And it
That's
feels like
why
I'm using this foot to get myself more strength.
it's the hamstring curl action, like really
Uh-huh.
tight contraction here. And it's very close to the ground. That's why I love
Yeah.
the blocks because why fight with it? Yeah, but that was great. You have it. All right,
Okay.
BD. You're welcome. BD, you're up. Good. Yes. Yeah. Oh my God. You just levitated. That was pretty amazing. I'm a little jealous. You make that look effortless.
Thank you.
You were born in flying lizard. Well
No,
done. That was that was
but
gorgeous.
thanks.
You're welcome.
Cheers.
All right, Melissa, don't move. Keep going. I just want you to know I'm watching you now, but you don't have to stop. Keep going.
Oh, it's really bad.
That's great. That's why I'm here. Okay. Yes. Keep going forward. Yes. Look for the butterfly. That's it. It's coming. Yes. Yes. Now pick up that front foot. Yes. No?
No.
That's it. No, that was not really bad. You had it. Yeah. Notice your tendency to lean down. Keep leaning up as much as you can. Because when you lean down, all of your energy goes down. So your head comes down and everything sort of, so think up, 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 up. But you had it. And then it's working on really contracting that front foot off the ground, which is almost like a little hamstring cramp that you get from doing that. But that was bomb. Amazeballs. Keep it up. You guys are rocking this. Dawn, let me see you next.
Just actually a quick question for you, Nat.
Yeah.
Are you going to, when you're flying, are you going to feel the weight balanced in both hands, or more so the hand that your arm is wrapped around?
Excellent question. The hand that your arm is wrapped around is by default going to have more weight on it. So you have to think about giving more push through the other hand to even yourself out. I'm so glad you asked that.
I don't necessarily have to support the rib with the other one.
You don't have to.
Okay, because when you've been coaching other people to do that, and when I do that, I just feel weaker.
Yeah. So for some people who are lacking a little bit of the upper body push strength, I say put your rib cage on your arm, because then you don't need muscle. You rely on like bone on bone. But if you have the strength to not do that, then ultimately we're working towards not needing that. So if you don't need it, like don't do it from the get-go.
Okay. Super. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, you guys, I believe we're being whisked back into the rooms. So I will take a quick look. Yes, Melanie, that was it. I saw. And then we have more shenanigans coming right up. All right, you guys, you really rocked that. Fantastic. And, keep asking your questions. We're going to have 2 more breakout rooms. If you did not get a chance to get coaching on this one, do not despair. You shall get coaching in the next room. And I hope you guys are taking advantage of the coaching that other people are getting, because it truly, you can unlock your pose because of somebody else's coaching. So I hope you have your ears open for that. Okay. I'm trying to decide what we're doing next. I have reasons why we might do one or the other next. We're going to do Kundini next, just because let's get all the long levers out of the way first. So, and now for something completely different, but also exactly the same. Koundinyasana B, also, its actual full name is Ekapada Koundinyasana B, one-legged pose dedicated to Sage Koundinya. In English, it's hurdler's pose or flying splits. If you're like, the fuck is she talking about? It's this one, okay? So we're going to learn how to do that right now. So this one, as evidenced by what I just showed you, has not one, but 2 long levers, okay? The lever in the back, the leg in the back, is a dick, because the leg in the back wants to pull you back down to your feet, okay? The leg in the front is not a dick. The leg in the front is your friend, because as you kick that leg to straight, that leg puts more weight in your upper body. And if we have more weight pushing you forward, we know that that is how your back leg will get lighter, by having more weight forward. So this pose can be done with bent knees for people who have tight legs. If your legs cannot straighten, when I tell you straighten your leg and you're like this, okay? Straightening your leg in the arm balance is going to be hard if you can't straighten your leg like this. So what's the solution? Do it with your leg bent. Ta-da! Okay. There's no yoga police, and there's nothing that says the leg has to be straight. And kicking the leg too straight helps us put more energy and more weight forward in the pose, which helps the pose fly. That's the intellectual, mechanical explanation. All right. Now, how the fuck do we do this pose? This pose can be entered. I'm going to show you 2 entries. One where you can use a little bit of momentum, and one that has no momentum. And your body is going to like one over the other. Eventually, you'll be able to do them all. Okay. So again, I'm going to do blocks. Why? Because this is really low to the ground, and my ego is over fighting with gravity. Okay. I'm just going to use blocks because it makes it easier for me. You can do what you want to do. So first setup is right from here. Okay. Lizard. we've already been here, right? But for the other pose, we said we're going to bring the leg to the inside. For this pose, your leg can stay exactly where it is. Okay. Now, you can lower the back knee down if you want to get situated. You got to get your elbow bent, right? You see how when I bend my elbow, you can see my elbow. Hi, elbow. It's right here. Okay. So I want to create a shelf for this leg to sit on. So I'm going to bend this elbow, and then I'm going to see if I can pick up this foot. Now you see how I have my thigh connected to my arm. Now remember in the warm-up, we said internally rotate, kick, internally rotate, kick. I want you to do that with me. Please come onto all fours. Okay. Keep your left knee underneath your body. Step your right foot outside of your blocks. Okay. And then pin your right knee against your right arm. Bend your elbows so you get low. And then see on what planet could I pick up my right foot and bring the heel to my butt. Okay. This elbow is bent. Take a breath in. Kick it to straight, at whatever straight looks like for you. 2 more. Bend it. Kick it. 1 more. Bend it. Kick it. If you're like, nah, that's hard. Yes, it is. Good. And then return. Okay. So that is the mechanism of the front leg. We pin the knee to the shoulder and then we kick. Okay. So here's how this all comes together. You've got your foot and your back foot. I'm going to bend my elbow. I'm going to get my shoulder nice and close to my thigh. I'm going to bend this leg and pause. Now watch. I want to bend my elbows deeply until my rib cage rests on my free arm. You don't have to, but it's very helpful. From here, many of you are going to want to do this. I'm not strong enough to hold the pose. And what would be the problem? The problem is we went down instead of forward. Okay, so from here, I want you to go forward. You are a suitcase on a conveyor belt at the airport. Forward, forward, forward. If you can, kick this leg to straight. And notice, as I kick this leg to straight, it pulls my back foot off the ground. Watch, my back foot's on the ground. I kick, oh, and my back foot lifts. Okay, the front leg powering energy forward helps you lift your back leg. I'm going to show it on the other side. If you have to jump into this pose, you haven't shifted forward enough. Okay, that's the rule with all the poses. So if we're here, pick up this foot, bend it, bend my elbows, get low, shift forward. If I only shift forward this much and I stop, my pose won't balance. Hello? Why won't my pose balance? But if I go more forward, more forward, more forward, whoa, now my pose is balancing. And if I add the front leg, it makes it even easier because I give more weight forward. Does that at least make sense up in here? Yeah. Now, what I will say, because Stuart, can you mute whoever's unmuted for me, please? Thank you. Whoever, because you have long levers, that's a lot of weight to carry. You're gonna have to go more forward. What is that going to mean? It's going to mean that for some of us, depending on how your body is built, your weight is going to be almost only in your fingertips. I want you to watch my body. I want you to watch 2 things. Watch what I'm doing between the relationship between my rib cage and my free arm, and watch where the weight is distributed in my hands. Those 2 things are important. Okay. So if I'm here and I catch it, if I try to fly from here, I'm very high off the ground. I want to come down. You see how I've caught my rib cage with that elbow? Almost. From here, I shift. I shift. Now look at my hands. Look at the heel of my hands. Do you see how the heel of my hands has lifted? I'm in my fingertips exclusively. Okay. The heel of my hand comes off the block for my body because of how my shit is built. Okay. If that happens, it's not wrong. That's how much forward you have to go. So just be aware that for some bodies, it's like your fingers holding you up, not even your wrist anymore. Okay. All right. Eugenia, I see you first.
Yeah.
Let's see what we're working with. Amazing.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah, pick up your front foot first before you shift forward. Good. Yes. Yes. Nice. There it is.
Thank you.
Yeah. And when you kick that front leg straight, it helped you move forward. So
Yeah.
keep that. Yeah, that's good for you. Good.
Thank
Make
you.
sure you practice your second side as well. Awesome. Toril, I see you up next.
Hi.
Hi.
All right.
Let us see. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Kick it. Yeah, a little more forward. Little more forward. Travel. Yes, Toril, that's it. Good. Yeah. So you feel how that works, right? You have to go a lot more than you think. But when you go, the feet just stay up. It's pretty cool. Beautiful. You got it. Keep trusting that forward lean. Well done.
Thank you.
Done. You're welcome. All right, Stephanie Holmes, you're up next.
I don't really know what I'm doing.
Good. Good. Bend those elbows a little more. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Really push into your arms. Good. Now shift forward. Good. So notice you've lost. So when you come down, try to put your rib cage on that elbow. Your elbow is moving up beyond your spine, and you want to use that elbow to support your upper body, the free elbow, the one that's closest to me. Try keeping that in mind as you go in again. Yeah, there you go. Now you've got the power. Good. Now kick that front leg forward. Lift your chest and travel. Yes. Woo. We got moments, right? So think when you start to lift, it starts to kind of crumble to the ground. So that's when you have to go, okay, I'm crumbling down. How do I cancel that out? I cancel that out by pushing harder with my hands. So the next time you give yourself a little break, the next time you go, think support ribs and push with everything I've got. That's going to counter the tendency to just kind of to the ground. It's all just information, right? You're doing awesome. Keep it up.
Thank you.
Well done. All right, Sabrina, I see you next. I will come see you in a minute, Shweta. All right, let me see, Sabrina. Good. Yeah, good. Kick that front leg. Yeah, to travel. Nice. We got lift off. Beautiful. So that was a tough angle for me to see because I'm very close to you in the camera. It looks like you had both legs lifted. Was that the case? Yes? No? Just give me a thumbs up. We don't have a whole lot of time. Yes? Okay, good. Yeah, it looks great from where I was. So just keep trusting yourself to shift forward like that. Well done. That was beautiful. All right, Shweta, let me see that second side.
Hey, Nat. Okay.
Hi.
So this is my left side.
Good. Kick that front leg more. Yeah. I don't see you falling sideways.
Yeah, but I'm going, my hip is going to left side. I can feel that.
Yeah. Can you kick more powerfully through your left leg? Your left leg is about halfway bent, and I want to see if you can really kick it straight. What impact will that have on the pose? Can you try one more time and really focus on that front leg? Let me see.
Okay.
Sometimes we have to try different things to see what's happening. Yes. Okay, that's perfect. I don't see what you're talking about. That was perfect.
Yeah, now I could feel that.
Yeah. So
I'm not feeling it.
So tension in the front leg will help you straighten it out. So get that front leg as tight as possible. Well done. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Amazing. You're welcome. Okay. Jessica. Good. Yeah. Good. Kick that front leg, Jessica. Use it. Yes. Yes. Look at yeah. Yeah. So do you feel how the front leg works? It works to pull you forward. As soon as you kicked it, the back leg went, whoa. It's kind of like magic. Well done. Your hands are a little bit narrow. It didn't stop you, but the next time you practice, I wonder just how it would feel to have your hands just a little further apart. I think it might give you just a more stable base. You flew it without that, but that's like the only adjustment I could see for you. Well done. Awesome. Okay, let us see where we are at. Do I have more hands? Oh, yes, many more hands. Stephanie.
Hi, would it be better to be looking straight at you or from the side?
The side is helpful because I can see your alignment better, yeah. Yes, look at that lizard flying. Oh, yeah, that was a Kundi. Gorge. Oh, and you got leg movements and everything. That was awesome. Well done. We're going to play with a transition in our next breakout room that I think will excite you. That was great. The only thing I could see for slight improvement is think chest up a little bit more. Your chest is slanting down slightly, which is, you're flying the pose, so who cares? But chest up.
Yeah, I can't do it without blocks at all.
Yeah, it's very close to the ground. But if you think chest up, like my favorite cue is you're wearing a necklace and you want to show it to the person in front of you. Where would you need to point your chest for them to see your necklace? That's just going to help everything feel more lifted. But that was great.
Okay, thank you.
Well done. Okay. Ellie. Oh, I lost Ellie's video. Hold on, let me go find you again, Ellie. Okay, I see you now. Go for it. Yeah. Nice. You make that look so easy. Well done. I saw your front leg shaking a little. It'll get used to it. Just keep reaching powerfully through both legs. That was beautiful. Well done. Awesome. Renata.
Hello.
Hi.
Okay.
Nice. What? That was gorgeous. Not your first rodeo, obviously. That was beautiful. Well done. Awesome. Let me see. Anybody who still needs some coaching, who's struggling? Okay, and Thomas, let me see you. Oh my God, I get to hug you in Greece in like 3 months. I'm so excited.
You do indeed.
Yay!
Okay. So I'm struggling with this one a bit.
Let's see. Okay. Yeah, lift your back, lift your butt, lift your back thigh bone up. Yes, good. Yeah, now from there, can you bend? Yeah, I see what's happening. Okay, I want to ask you to turn to the side because I'm seeing you straight on and it doesn't allow me to see where your elbows are in relation to your shoulders. What I want to see is you bending your elbows and resting that rib cage on your free arm. That's what appears to be missing, but from the front, it was hard to see. All right. Okay, good. You might be too close to the wall from here. Yeah, you aren't too close to the wall. Way back, because you need to shift super far forward.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. That should be good. Okay. So from there, try to bend into your left arm more and try to rest your rib cage on that left elbow as much as you can. Like you're coming down for chaturanga. Yes, and that's it. Now see, yeah, good. Lift that front foot and then keep traveling forward. Like you're a suitcase on a conveyor belt. Yes. Woo, yeah. Woo, woo. Something happened there. We got a little lifty lift and then it fell apart. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah. So you're holding yourself pretty high off the ground. And this pose is really like low, like chaturanga. To really allow those elbows to bend. It should almost feel like you're coming down to eat a cookie from the floor. Yeah.
Okay.
Or a biscuit, as you Brits say. So yeah, really think of bending down a little deeper. But we got some moments of lift off there. So it's happening. The pieces are starting to come together. Hello and welcome back, everyone. So I'm going to go through our final pose and our final transition. Now, I saw some chatter in the chat before we went into this breakout room from people saying these poses are completely inaccessible for me. I totally relate to that feeling, 1,000%. And in some cases, that's true the first time you try them. But between today and the next time you try them, your brain is going to be integrating. It's going to be thinking about it. Your body is going to have tried something new. The neural connections are going to be made whether you're working on it or not. So this is what we mean by trust the process. If you quit in the middle of class or you go, well, this is too hard for me, so I'll just come to next week, you miss the opportunity to create those neural connections for yourself. Being in the struggle and struggling is how we get to where we're going. Okay. So the struggle is the journey. It sucks sometimes, but we have to go through it. So don't give up on yourself. Don't quit on yourself and don't make up a story. Yeah. There's some degree of strength that comes into these poses and you have enough of it. You just haven't carried your body in this shape ever before. And give yourself some grace. It might take a minute or an hour or a week or a month to learn how to do that. But isn't it worth it? Even if it takes a month. Okay. So that was my public service announcement. Final pose for today. Tittibasana. Nothing to do with either of the poses that we just did. Okay. So don't make up any stories. You guys, I still can't get my yoga mat to be straight to my computer. I give up. I'm five years I'm teaching this shit and I still can't get my computer straight. All right. So Tittibasana, again, Tittibasana is called Firefly. Firefly has two different variations. Variation A is straight across, legs pointing straight in front of you. Variation B is ass up, ass down, legs up. So your butt is almost on the floor and your legs are in the air. This body cannot even begin to do variation B. So I'm going to teach you variation A. And for those of you who are very bendy, you might be able to lower your hips and lift your legs. This person cannot do that yet. But who am I kidding? I'm also not working on it because I don't care to do that. But for those of you who are like, wait, but on Instagram, it looks different than what you just showed me. Yeah, there are two versions and we're going to work on one of them today. So here's how this goes. Again, I love blocks. Why? My arms are short. The floor is far away. I don't want to deal with it. Okay. So you can use blocks or you can do it block free. We're going to start this pose with feet mats distance apart. Same as we did in the warm up. Remember, channel your inner gorilla. That's what this was for. If you've done this pose before, you can do it. If you've never done this pose before, please pay attention. So from this wide stance, I'm going to put my blocks right up against my feet and like the Pez dispenser way, right? They're not the horizontal way, the vertical way, right? And I'm going to bend my knees and I'm going to take my sweet ass time to get as much of my torso in between my legs as possible. So notice I didn't just go like this and then go like this and expect the arm balance. I sat here and did my monkey dance for like a solid minute. Okay. My objective is to get my arms underneath my legs. So once I've done the monkey dance, I can begin the process. I'm going to take my hand to my ankle, and I'm going to use this hand to wiggle my arm underneath my leg. Do you see how I have quite a bit of my arm under my leg now? Then I'm going to take this inner thigh and I'm going to squeeze it. Remember we were saying squeeze your inner thighs against your arms in the warm-up? It was for this reason. So I've got my inner thigh squeezing against my arm. One side is done. Now I got to get the other side. Oh my God, that's a lot harder. So I'm going to go grab my other ankle with my other hand. And then I'm going to, sound effects are optional, but helpful. I'm going to grunt uncontrollably until I get my other arm under my other leg. Damn it, my hair in a bun. Ponytail shit is for the birds. Okay, so I've got one arm under one leg, the other arm under the other leg, and now I'm squeezing my inner thighs. I'm channeling my mom's thigh master, and I'm not peeing on the plane. Okay, now time to put hands on the blocks. You are going to want to flip your hands over and put your fingertips facing backwards. No, your fingers are your brakes. They need to point forward. So you're going to put your fingers on the ends of the blocks, and look what happens. My hands are not flat. Do you see how my fingers are flat, but my hands are not? I don't want you to balance on your fingers. I want you to get your hands flat. So what needs to happen for your hands to go flat? You have to shift your body weight backwards. So watch my butt and watch my hands. Like a truck backing up, I'm going to go beep, 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 beep. Oh, now my hands got flat. Did you see that? I went from here to backwards, 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 backwards. Hands are flat. Now from hands flat, I push the ground away. Did you see what happened? I went from really low to the ground and flat to rounding my upper back. Okay? Squeeze your inner thighs. Mula bandha. Don't pee on the plane. From here, maybe one foot, karate kick your soccer ball. Maybe the other foot, karate kick your soccer ball. Elbows are a little bit bent here. Legs are powerfully kicking forward. Spine is rounded. And your inner thighs are squeezing. Okay? Now, remember we talked about internal rotation, kick. Same concept here. If you find it hard to straighten your legs, you can internally rotate them a little bit. That helps. So I'll show you from the front. Monkey stance. Get in there. Get in there. Get in there. See how I have to fight for it? My shit doesn't just line up. I got to go get it. Okay? Then fingertips on the blocks. I move backwards, 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 backwards until my hands are flat. Then I look up. If you look down, you go down. You won't face plant in this pose, but you will butt plant, okay? From here, squeeze the inner thighs. Don't pee on the plane. Push the ground away. Then it's maybe kick leg and internally rotate, okay? Watch my feet. This would be external rotation. This is internal rotation. So think feet turning in, okay? So let me ask or check on questions for this, and then I'll show you a transition, and then we'll go into the breakout room. Yeah, abs are cramping. This is a big compression pose. So that's totally a thing that can happen. Make sure to stretch them out. You can do the MFR on your abs as well after. Would lean cork block be okay? Yeah, cork blocks are better than squishy blocks for sure. Okay, so these are the principles. Let me show you the tendency. The tendency is for us to get here and not lean back. You might get here and you might go, there is no way that I can hold my body weight. And I'll say, yeah, that's true. Your hands are not flat. Your body weight is way too far forward. You got to lean back on this one. Lean back until your hands are flat. Then stop leaning back. Because if you keep leaning back, that's the exit, okay? So butt plant is what will happen. Very, very much less likely to face plant. Anything's possible, but the more likely is you'll go backwards. Now, if this is the first time you've ever seen this pose, just la, 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 la for the next 30 seconds. Those of you who have TT or who are about to get TT, you can go TT to flying lizard. And then maybe, I don't know if my body is going to cooperate, but this is the plan. TT Vasana, hook the front leg, go to flying lizard, bring the front leg back, hook it, go to the flying lizard on the other side. Let's see, okay? And then you guys can try it. So we're here. Work it under, work it under, work it under, work it under. Get the hands. Start to lean back, lean back, lean back, lean back. Oh yeah. Now I squeeze the inner thighs, engage the bandhas, kick my legs to straight. Now just for funsies, my right leg is gonna curl around the front. Now I need to shift forward in order to free up my back leg. So watch, my upper body is gonna go forward and I'm gonna send the back leg back. Ha ha, ha ha. And then, can I come back? Maybe I bring this leg back. I curl this one around. Maybe I uncurl this leg. I lean to my left. I lean forward and bring this one back. And then maybe we go all the way around and back to where we started. And then face plant, because I got no more juice after that, okay? But just to play. Just see what's possible, okay? Okay, let's go. Lila de Lille à Yoga. You are up.
Hey, Nat.
Hi.
That's really hard.
Yes, I know.
I butt planted.
Great. At least it's not a face plant, you know?
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah, take your time. Good.
My hands are completely on the brake, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But so start to lean back slowly. Keep your feet on the floor, but bend your elbows until your hands can be flat on the blocks.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are.
Okay, good. Now squeeze your inner thighs and engage Mula Bandha. Yeah. Now start 1 foot at a time. Just start to wiggle 1 foot forward. Yeah, just move it. Ooh, yeah. Good. So your work is 1 foot at a time. Yeah. When you moved 1 foot, both feet came. So I saw two things. One, your feet are very close together. You're starting almost like this.
Yeah.
With your feet together. Start with your feet wide.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's going to make it easier to lift 1 foot without the other foot also lifting. So
right.
start wider. Try one more time.
Okay. Do I have to round my back?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Round and push. Mm-hmm.
But I feel that also my arms are not going far enough.
So really take your time. Grab the ankle and work the shoulder under, right? Take your time. Yeah. Yeah, that's enough. Yeah,
That's enough. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
That is enough. You're almost on your shoulders. That's more than enough. Good. Yeah. Sit back a little bit more. Good. Pause. Now think, just 1 foot. Keep 1 foot on the floor. What do you need to do to slowly wiggle, wiggle, wiggle? Yes. Good. Keep squeezing. Beautiful. Now think about the second foot. Woo! Good. This is the work. You're in the work, and this is how we do it, right? So keep practicing that. I think after a day or two, your brain is going to understand what's happening. But the falling backwards is very common. And you got what? We already made big improvement in just 2 minutes. So keep it up. Wonderful.
Okay, thank you, Nat.
You're welcome. All right, Sarah Maria.
I want to know if I can turn the block this way.
I want your hands flat on the blocks. And if you turn them that way, your hands will not be flat and the blocks will not be very secure. So better not. Ooh.
Some face plant also.
Yeah. Take your time. Good. That looks good. Yes. Now take your time to slowly bend your elbows to get your hands flat. And move your body weight backwards. Yeah. There it is. Shift back a little bit more until your hands are flat. Almost. Yeah.
It hurts so much.
Yeah, it hurts. Think of bending your knees, okay? What's happening is you're up here and your wrists are in extreme extension and you can't bring them back. But look at my butt. If you sit down, you'll be able to. Your hips are very high and you're trying to bring your hands down, but to bring your hands down, your butt has to come down. You see, my butt comes down when my hands come down. So think of that, like sit like you're sitting on a chair. Yeah. Yeah, better. Good. Yeah. There it is. Yeah. Good. Now squeeze. Whoop. Good. But that was already better, right? So little piece by little piece. Yeah. So just practice sitting for now, and then we'll work on the next step. Good job.
Okay.
These are hard, you guys. You're doing great. Melanie Danilet.
Hi. So I'm having trouble straightening my legs. It's kind of where I'm getting caught up, I think.
Yep. I feel that. Gorge. Good. Point your toes and really kick like there's a soccer ball and you're trying to get, yeah. And as you kick, think internal rotation and try to do one leg at a time. Put one foot on the floor and just focus on one leg. Yeah. Now, can you turn those toes in a little towards your face? Oh, yeah. It's almost straight right there. Yeah. That's it. Woo. Yeah. And that last time.
The internal. Yeah.
Yeah. The internal helps. Yeah. And this last time you had a little bit too much body weight forward, so you stumbled forward. But if I wasn't barking at you and you had more time, you had it there. Just that slight internal rotation was all you needed. Well done. Well done. Michelle Sheridan.
There we go. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Okay. I'm gonna fall over before I even start.
Okay.
Don't mind me. All right.
Good. Yeah. Good. Don't pee on the plane. Squeeze the bandas. Yes. Oh, good. Now flying lizard. Give me the transition.
Oh God, no.
Why not? No, for real. Why not? What's your bullshit story?
No,
you tired?
It's just my wrists are killing. But thank you.
That's a good reason. But if it had been something like I don't think I can, I would have made you.
Oh no,
but your wrists are tired.
Really bad.
That's enough then. Good job. That's enough. Thank you. Don't let me push you beyond where you want to go, but also I will always
listening
try to push
to my body.
Yes. Thank you. Amazing. All right. Anne, you're up. Good. Nice. Squeeze those inner thighs. Really push the ground away. Beautiful. Good. Yes. Point those toes, Anne, and kick like you mean it. Yeah. Now you got to make ninja noises. Well done. Yeah, legs were almost totally straight. If you really work on pointing those tootsies and really kicking, they'll get all the way straight. That was well done.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Melissa.
My wrists are also absolutely killing me right now.
I know, mine are too. That was overkill for today. Almost done.
Right. So I'll do the best I can do, but
do what you can. It's all good.
I feel like I can get in here pretty decent, but I'm having also a hard time getting my toes straight, or feet straight.
Yeah, that's everybody's hardest piece with this one, I think. Good. Bandas. Nice. Good. Yeah, those are straight. Think internal rotation. Turn your big toes in towards your face. Yeah. There you go. That's straight. I don't know how much straighter you want them to be.
They don't feel straight, and I feel like I cannot turn them at all when they're on my arms.
It's minute. It's almost a thought of internal rotation. But when I cued it, you did something and it made something happen. So trust that little bit is really all you need. Yeah. That's good. Well done. Well done. All right, Dawn, you're up. No? Okay, you're muted, Mama. I can't hear you. Can you unmute?
Sorry about that. Just another quick question for you. My right hand is like, no more, we're done. So as far as getting the legs up closer to the shoulders, is there a module that we can work on that will help strengthen and our stretch or whatever?
The warm up for this module, because we do all of that, the prep for that. So the warm up for this module will get you there. And anything that do forward folds and like anything wide-legged forward fold. So anything happy baby, anything like lizard, basically all the stuff that we did in the warm up today. The warm up videos are designed for that. And also the myofascial release video for module 3, that's designed to open up the areas of the body that we need for this module. So those will help.
That's it. Okay, MFR. Okay, super. Thank you.
You are welcome. All righty, Madalena.
Sorry, Natalia, I forgot to ask you something important. Sorry, it's Lila.
Yes. Hi. Tell me. Yeah, go ahead, Lila.
Okay. I was just saying last time in someone in Messenger, but I wasn't included in the private group, so I couldn't follow up anything that we were doing since 2 weeks. I was at the first class, and then I'm not connected to you guys.
Send us an email. We sent you, when you joined, you got a welcome email that has the link to the Facebook group and has everything you need. Send us an email after class. I need to deal with the coaching right now, but email us. Our email address is support@yogiflightschool.com.
Okay, thank you.
Send us an email and we'll get you in. Yeah. But you have the link to the community also inside the course. All right, Madalena, let's get to it. Yes, beautiful. Good. Point those toes and kick. Yeah. Kick. Woo! Yeah. Beautiful. Nice. Yeah. So for you, those legs were almost perfectly straight. Think a little bit of that internal rotation in your thighs that will help you get the rest of the way straight. But that was beautiful. You're ready to play with the transition to flying lizard just for fun. Well done. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Shubra, let me see you.
Hi, Nat. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Okay. Can I try without the blocks?
Yeah, of course. Good. Yeah, point those feet. Woo! Good. So the butt plant, totally normal. 2 things for you. Mula Bandha is going to help you prevent from falling back. And also your feet were a little bit kind of not active. Point your toes, like really tight, like ballerina. Try one more time. Sorry, I'm very bossy today. Good. Let me see that bandha. Squeeze. Yes, Shubra. Yeah. Look at that. No more backwards falling. Amazing. Small adjustments, big changes. Beautiful. Well done.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Gail, I see you next.
Hi. I'm not sure that I've got much left in my wrists. But
I totally hear you. Let's see what we've got.
So I'm kind of okay to this point, and then stuck.
Stuck. So squeeze. Don't pee on the plane. Push the ground away. Really round your upper back. Good. From there, just think 1 foot. What would it take to wiggle 1 foot forward? Just one. Yeah. Good. Can you lift
forward?
It? Yeah. What would it take to lift it up? Yeah. So I think you've slid down. At this point, your hips were almost at the level of your elbows. And what we want is to be able to create a shelf, right? For our hips, our thighs to sit basically on the back of our arm. And your thighs had slipped below your elbow. So take a little bit more time to get in to get
Yeah.
your thighs as close to your shoulders as you can. Do you want to try that one more time real quick?
I'll have a go.
Just try to really channel your inner gorilla as best you can and get in there, get in there, get in there before you start to lift anything. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It happens. Yeah, but that's the idea. Yeah, it's like really fight it in there. Beautiful. Good. You're in a much better position now. Now squeeze your inner thighs against each other.
Does feel much better.
Good. Yeah, that's it.
Well, it was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're lifting.
There's a little bit of lift. Yeah.
You are getting a little bit of lift. Good. So work on that. Really take your time and hear A, your wrists are done. B, you have 50 people watching you. It's like a whole thing, right? But now that you know, like just take your time to wiggle yourself as tight as you can.
Yeah.
Then you're in a much better starting position and it's all going to happen. Well done. And I know the wrists after this class are just like insane. Okay, Sabrina Morse. Let me see you.
Oh, okay. Working on straightening those legs.
All right. Oh, girl, you just picked up into that like you were born doing it. That's gorgeous. Give me a transition. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Shift over to that right arm in order to get the other arm off, the other leg off. Yes. Yeah. That was so good. So at the moment that that leg starts to extend behind you, you got to go forward with your chest to counterbalance it. But you did the hardest part. The hardest part is move your weight over to one arm in order to get the other leg off your other arm. So the last piece after that is lean forward more. But that was badass. Well done. Amazing.
Yay, thank you.
Well done. All right. I have less than 30 seconds. So I can... I think I've seen everyone. Melissa, I saw you. Madeline, I saw you. Eugenia, did we have a chance this time? You have 30 seconds. Let's see what we can do in 30 seconds. Yeah. Oh my God. All you people that just hop into this pose. I don't know how you do it. No, that was great. So yeah, that transition was going to happen too if we had a little more time. I know you were going fast, but it's right there for you. Well done. You guys really, you're welcome. You guys really rocked it today. So many wins and so many of us also in the process of learning. And can we consider that a win also, please? Being in the process of learning? How cool to be however old you are and to have this entire world of new things at your fingertips, to be able to grow and expand. Like, let's focus on that rather than it's hard. Yeah, yes, it's hard. And it wouldn't be worth it if it wasn't. So we're going to cool down our wrists. We're going to do a little stretchy stretch. And let's take 30 seconds before we cool down our wrists to post in the chat. I want to hear what transpired for you today. Give me a win from today. And again, a win doesn't have to be, I unlocked a pose. Some of us didn't. But where's your mind at? Are you still able to be here and to have fun, even if you didn't unlock a pose? Did you understand something on a new level today? Did you try something you've never tried before? Did you discover a new muscle you didn't know you had? Did you find my Copernicus joke particularly hysterical? Give me one win from today. Yes, I'm having fun. Yes, I'm getting older. Yes, you are. Yeah, I showed up. Yes, I did the transition. I landed on my face and I didn't die. I got cramps. Cramps are great news, by the way. You're waking up your muscles. You're building strength. Yeah, good training of the ego. I know, right? It's like the biggest ego check on the planet. Yes, Dr. Sherry. I didn't get shy. My inner thighs died. Amazing. I also wasn't afraid. I love it, you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing your wins. That's really what makes this process a little bit less painful than it would be otherwise. All right. Bring me your hands like this. No, I lied. Bring me your hands like this. And then turn your thumbs down. I'm having brain problems. And then take your right arm and cross it on top of your left arm. and interlace your hands. Okay. Then turn them in and then turn them out. Oh, and right about there. Oh my God, Leela, the Leela yoga. You can take your arms all the way straight. I cannot. My arms get stuck like this. And then take it back out the other way. And just do that a couple times. And wherever you feel things, that's your information. Breathe. Melanie, yeah, we have done 8 angle pose sometimes in the live class. There's so many poses in module 3. So if you go back and watch previous live classes, we've had it, but I don't get to it every single time. And then do the other one. But you have all the training that you need for 8 angle pose. So go ahead and do it and then post it in the Facebook group and we'll give you coaching. All right. And then the other way, take it out and flip it in a couple times. Yes. Jane, I was not arrested by the yoga police. Yeah, we don't do the yoga police around here. We would all be fired if we did the yoga police around here. Me first. I'd be fired first. Good. Shake that out. And then give me that. I find this one so relieving. Find your wrist bones. And just above your wrist bones, grab with your fingers and squeeze. And then let your hand go dead and just shake it. Oh, sweet release of the carpal tunnel. And then same on the second side. Find your little bones. Go up, squeeze, and shake. Good. And then just take a moment and check in with your mind. Are you in celebration mode or are you in self beat up mode? Can we be like more neutral? Just like it is what it is. Some days it's going to be what I want. Other days it's not going to be what I want. But as long as I don't quit, I'm going to get to where I'm going. That's it. Good. Shake that off. All right, wonderful, you guys. Give me arms up. Big breath in. And then take it over to one side for a nice side bend. Oh, yeah. Pick a side, any side. Breathe into that side body, into those ribs. Good. And then bring it back up. Both arms up, breathing in. And then take it to the other side. Lean it up and over. Lots of breath into those ribs. Good. And then upright yourself. Breathe in. Interlace your hands behind your head and lean back. Think chesticles to the sky. Big breath in. As you breathe out, bring your elbows together and round your back like a seated cat pose. Ooh, let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. One more. Inhale, open. And exhale, close. Good. Stretch both arms up. Breathing in. Turn your palms back behind you. Bend your elbows. And give yourself a pat on the back. It never gets old. I'm still 5 years old forever. Well done, everybody. You guys did awesome. This shit is not easy. Okay. So have grace with yourself. Be in the practice. And we're here for you. And you guys got this. All right. If you loved this class and got a lot out of watching the coaching that other students got, imagine what would be possible if you got one-on-one personalized coaching in this type of environment, in this type of structure. This is exactly what we do inside Yogi Flight School. Help beginner and intermediate yogis nail their arm balances and inversions with the body that they have today. These poses are not about strength and flexibility. They're about understanding exactly what to do and how to do it and getting personalized one-on-one coaching in the moment that you need it to make the poses happen fast. Click the link in the description below to join us inside Yogi Flight School, and we cannot wait to help you fly.